Hey viewers, today we're going to be refurbishing this Cinelli handlebars. This is for the 86 Lotus Cinelli design. As you can see here, it's not too bad considering how old it is. There are some scratches on it, which there usually are on these things, but we're going to get these out. Luckily, there aren't too many around the logos and wording here, which is good. This actually looks deeper than it is. It's not too bad. This is probably the worst one, and it's not really too deep either, so we shouldn't have a problem getting those out. Luckily, it's on the back side. And over here, this side isn't too bad. You have a little gouge right here. Everything else looks pretty good. So we'll get this in the vise here and get started on it. Okay, so we got this in the vise now, and you want to be very careful when you put it in here. We get it as tight as we can without bending the tube. This is aluminum, so just be very careful. Of course, I put a rag in there. And I also positioned it so I can get at the worst places here easily. So over here was the little divot there, and over here were the two on the other side here that I can get to, and I have on the outside. The rest of the bar wasn't too bad, so we'll be hitting these right here with some, probably start off with 220 grit, and then as we move up to the higher grade sandpaper, we'll get the rest of it done and get the rest of these little minor stuff off of here. Okay, we'll start with the 220, and we'll start on this side over here. Okay, as you can see, the scratch is starting to come off here, and we're just doing this small area here with the 220. So it's doing a pretty good job. I probably could have gone down to a stronger sandpaper, but I didn't want to take too much off, and this is doing okay. Just going to take a little longer to get it off. So, and then I did get the paper wet, keep the sandpaper clean, and wipe it off every so often so I can see in there and see how it's doing. Okay, what I also do as I'm sanding this is I'll go in different directions. So, we'll go off diagonally here and then come down the other way. Okay, so we pretty much got that whole thing out. There's just a tiny little dot there, but we'll be able to get that out and buff that out really well. Okay, so we got that scratch out pretty much. There's just a small little area there. Okay, here's the next one we're going to work on here. And again, this actually looks worse than it is. I can't feel too much of a divot in there, but I'm still going to go ahead and use the 220 on that. Okay, as you can see, we pretty much got that one out too. Good, looking good there. That's out, so we're going to go and start on the one over there on the right side. Okay, you can see it right here, a little divot here. If I had one, I'd probably use a jeweler's file to start with, but this 220 is working pretty good, so we're just going to go ahead and continue with that. Okay, just remember to keep wiping it off so you can see where you're at, and also remember to keep going in a crisscross motion and maybe a little circular motion. Okay, so that's pretty much gone now. And what we're going to do now is sand the whole thing over. What you want to watch out for is the logos on here. We don't want to take off the logos. So as you go over these, be very careful. Go very lightly. And again, we're lucky here because we don't have a lot of scratches around the logos and the printing here. So just be very careful when you go with that, and that's why I'm going to start off with the 400 here and get the light stuff off here. Okay, so I repositioned the handlebar here so I can get at it all the way around it a little bit better, and I can sand it this way and get everything off of here. So we're looking pretty good so far, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so I did go back down to 300 grit to get some of these other scratches that were a little deeper out of there, and then moved up to the 400 to 600, and now I'm going to move up to the 800 and do the 800, 1500, and up to 2000, and then we'll get it on the wheel. Okay, we're done with all the sanding now. We're going to go ahead and take it out on the wheel and get it buffed up. And then sometimes after you do that, you can notice some scratches that won't come off with the buffing wheel, so sometimes you have to go back with the sandpaper and hit it again. Okay, we just got done buffing this on the wheel, and now we're going to get the residual off with this semi-chrome here. Get that on there, and you can see how it turns black. Gets all that residual off of there. I keep changing the side here. Okay, and we'll finish it off with a microfiber towel here. Okay, and there we have it. Got all the big scratches off of there. Got it buffed out, looking good, and just can't wait to get that on the bike. Well, stay tuned for some more videos and more refurbishing the parts that are going to go on the 1986 Lotus Triumph Cinelli design. And we'll show you that when we get done with it. We got to work on the wheels and get these installed and get the brake levers on here, and we'll be all set. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.